So you're looking at MCQs on ratios. So the first question, it says a business has calculated inventory turnover as 8 times. Okay. Inventory turnover is equal to cost of sales upon average inventory. Okay. As 8 times. Opening inventory is this, closing inventory is this. All right. So if you want to calculate average inventory, so it is 25 plus 28 divided by 2. So the average inventory would be, it would be 26,500. What is the value of purchases? Now, inventory turnover is 8 times, cost of sales is unknown, and average inventory is 26,500. So what will be the value of cost of sales? Can I have the value for cost of sales, please? Cost of sales would be
212,000.
212,000 would be a cost of sales. Okay. So then the formula for cost of sales is opening inventory plus purchases minus closing inventory is equal to cost of sales. Cost of sales is 212,000. Opening inventory is 25,000 plus purchase being X, the unknown value that we need to calculate, and closing inventory is 28,000. So what will be the value for purchases? What is the value for purchases? Listen, guys, I asked you to have
B.
calculator with you so that you can respond quickly. So the value of purchases
It's
is
B.
215,000, which is option B. Okay. Now, the second question is, which ratio indicates how efficiently a company controls its overheads? When this word overhead comes, it means control of expenses. Okay? So overhead is about controlling expenses. Current ratio is about liquidity. Gross profit is about cost and selling price. Profit margin. Net profit margin tells you how efficiently you control your expenses. A company produces the following information: profit from operations, profit for the year, equity at the end of the year, a long-term bank loan. All right. So what is the difference in between? The difference in between profit from operations and profit for the year is profit from operations is profit before interest and tax, and profit for the year is profit after interest and tax. All right. So they have asked you to calculate return on capital employed. ROCE is profit before interest divided by capital employed times 100. So ROCE is profit before interest is 98,000. Your capital employed is owner equity, the owner's capital, 500,000 plus bank loan of 150,000 times 100. So the answer is would be 98,000 divided by 650,000. Answer would be Guys, I told you you should have your calculators with
It's B again.
it's 15.08%. That is option B. Okay. Any questions so far? No? Okay. Moving on to the next one. Okay. Vasu Limited has constant level of annual sales and constant gross profit margin. ठीक है. Each year the inventory decreases. सही है. Okay, I think this question is basically beyond.
Sir, can you check the chat?
Yeah. Okay. So we are skipping question number 4, moving on to question number. We have to skip question number 5 as well. Yeah. Looking at question number 6. Which action will improve the current ratio? Current ratio is current assets upon current liability. Improving current ratio means either you increase current assets or you decrease current liability. This is the only way you can improve with the current ratio. All right. So, which action will improve current ratio? Providing cash discount to trade receivables. Okay, when you allow discounts, what's going to happen? Let's suppose your trade receivables are 50,000 and they will be converting into cash pretty soon of 50,000. So one current asset would decrease, another current asset would increase. But if you're gonna give them a discount of, let's suppose, 2,000, so they 50,000 of an asset would convert itself into an asset of 48,000. So providing cash discount to receivables will reduce current assets. इससे current assets कम होंगे. So this is not an option. Requesting a longer payment period from suppliers. Okay. Current liability will remain unchanged. You have to pay your suppliers. Suppliers को एक दिन में pay करो, 10 दिन में pay करो. Current liability will be a current liability. So since current liability is going to remain unchanged, तो current ratio improve नहीं होगा. ठीक है? The discussion that we had earlier is, in order to improve current ratio, either you have to increase your current assets or you have to decrease your current liability. इस केस में करंट एसेट रिड्यूस हो रहे थे तो दिस इज नॉट एन ऑप्शन. इस केस में करंट लायबिलिटी सेम रह रही थी, दिस इज नॉट एन ऑप्शन. ओके. Selling non-current assets for cash. Now, in this, a non-current asset is converting itself into current assets, जिससे current assets increase हो रहे हैं. So this is the right option. ठीक है? Any problem with this one? It was a bit difficult, but समझ में आया. Maha, Shazel, Rayan, any questions in this one?
Sir, समझ आ गया.
Sir, मुझे नहीं आया. Third वाला option.
ये थर्ड वाला ऑप्शन समझ में नहीं आया?
जी.
ओके. देखो, when you're going to sell your non-current asset, तो तुम्हारे non-current asset कम हुए. And what are you going to receive? You're going to receive cash, right? तो तुम्हारा कैश बढ़ेगा ना, करंट एसेट इंक्रीज होगा ना. और हमें तो यहाँ ढूंढना ही वही ऑप्शन था जिसमें या तो करंट एसेट बढ़ रहा हो या करंट लायबिलिटी कम हो रही हो. तो a non-current asset is converting into current asset. That means it will increase your current assets, और current asset increase होगा तो current ratio भी improve होगा. ठीक है? ओके जी.
ठीक है.
All right, let's look at number 9. A business purchase inventory by cash. अच्छा देखो, एक थोड़ी सी ना एक सीक्वल देख लेते हैं ताकि एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग बन जाए. लेट्स सपोज तुम्हारे पास करंट एसेट्स हैं, इन्वेंट्री 50,000, ट्रेड रिसीवेबल 40,000, बैंक और कैश 20,000 10,000। ठीक है, अब जरा गौर से सुनना, ये रिसीवेबल या तो तुम इसमें कन्वर्ट करोगे या तो तुम कैश में कन्वर्ट करोगे। With the passage of time, this 40,000 will decrease and either this will increase or this will increase, right? सही है। लेकिन when it comes to inventory, inventory या तो इसमें कन्वर्ट होगी या तो इन्वेंट्री इन दोनों में कन्वर्ट होगी। बट ये 50,000 की इन्वेंट्री पे प्रॉफिट लगा के जब तुम सेल करोगे तो इसकी सेलिंग प्राइस वुड बी अप्रोक्सीमेटली अबाउट लाइक 60,000। ठीक है, तो व्हेन यू विल सेल इन्वेंट्री फॉर क्रेडिट और कैश, ठीक है, तो तुम सोचो तुम्हारा 50,000 का करंट एसेट कन्वर्ट होगा इनटू 60,000 का करंट एसेट। ठीक है, when you're going to sell inventory for on credit or for cash, ठीक है, अब चाहे ये क्रेडिट पे सेल हुई हो तो ट्रेड रिसीवेबल में कन्वर्ट होगा, अगर ये कैश में सेल हुई हो तो कैश और बैंक पे कन्वर्ट होगा। बट सिंस इसमें प्रॉफिट का एलिमेंट आएगा तो आपके करंट एसेट्स वुड इंक्रीज। When you will sell inventory on profit, your current assets will increase. Why? Because 50,000 की एक चीज कन्वर्ट होगी into 60,000 की चीज। ठीक है, ऑलराइट, कीपिंग दैट इन माइंड, जब आप इन्वेंट्री परचेज कर रहे हैं कैश पे तो आपका एक करंट एसेट डिक्रीज हो रहा है और आपका एक करंट एसेट इंक्रीज हो रहा है। ठीक है, कैश करंट एसेट डिक्रीज हो रहा है, इन्वेंट्री करंट एसेट डिक्रीज हो रहा है। हाउएवर आई वुड से आपका एक लिक्विड एसेट भी कम हो रहा है ना। कैश इज द मोस्ट लिक्विड एसेट, राइट? इन्वेंट्री इज द लीस्ट लिक्विड एसेट। सो सिंस आपके करंट एसेट में ही कन्वर्ट हो रहा है तो दिस विल बी नो चेंज। करंट रेशियो के अंदर नो चेंज होगा क्योंकि एक एसेट किसी दूसरे एसेट में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है, देयर वुड बी नो चेंज। हाउएवर आपका एक लिक्विड एसेट फ्रीज हो रहा है, लिक्विड एसेट इज गेटिंग फ्रीज्ड। ठीक है, क्योंकि लिक्विडिटी रेशियो में वी लाइक करंट एसेट्स माइनस इन्वेंट्री, तो आपके करंट एसेट्स में से एक एसेट कम हो रहा है और इन्वेंट्री बढ़ रही है, तो दैट इज व्हाई योर लिक्विडिटी liquid asset ratio would decrease. So the correct option for this would be part C. A bit difficult, but was a good question. Okay. Which item is included in the current ratio but not in the liquid ratio? Current asset upon current liability was the formula for current ratio. Current asset minus inventory upon current liability was the formula for liquid ratio. So inventory is the item which is not included in the liquid ratio. Any problems with that, with this one? Okay. This is the question in which inventory turnover is to be found in number of days. ठीक है, हमने inventory turnover in terms of times किया था। ठीक है, just for the reference I am doing a question जिसमें inventory turnover in terms of days कर। Okay, inventory turnover is cost of sales upon average inventory. The answer is expressed as in times. But अगर मैं inventory turnover days में निकालना चाहूँ तो formula is average inventory upon cost of sales into 365 days. The answer would be in days. It's a simple flip of the formula times 365 days. तो आंसर डेज में निकल आता है। तुम्हारे सिलेबस में सिर्फ इन्वेंटरी टर्नओवर टाइम्स में है तो इसलिए मैंने डेज पहले नहीं बताया था। तो बट इट्स अ सिंपल कैलकुलेशन, देख लेते हैं, इतना मस्त नहीं है। ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग इन्वेंट्री का एवरेज निकालने अगर 25 plus 31 divided by 2, so the average would be 28,000. Average inventory is 28. Cost of sales is 114 times 365. So the answer would be, क्या आता answer? So if the answer is 89.6, so I shall be saying that it's 90 days. ठीक है? 90 days. I'm recording this so that you can refer to this later on as well. All right, let's look at this question. The following ratios have been calculated for two businesses. Both have the same revenue of 100,000. That means the dollar value of 100,000 is the same for both the businesses. Okay. Gross profit margin is 20%. Okay. And this is 25%. सही है. Profit margin is same. सही है. Okay. अब अगर इसने 20% जीपी मार्जिन पे 10% प्रॉफिट बनाया है, इससे 25% पे 10% प्रॉफिट बनाया, दैट मींस इस बिजनेस के एक्सपेंसेस हायर थे ना. कैसे हायर थे? एक कैलकुलेशन करते हैं. देखो, सेल्स फॉर एक्स और वाई, ठीक है. सेल्स 100% लेस कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स, हमें नहीं पता, बट हमें जीपी का परसेंटेज पता है, 20% and 25%. So that means this would be 80% and the other one would be 75%. Less expenses, we don't know yet, but हमें net profit के percentage पता है, which is 10% and 10%. So 20 and 10, the difference is 10% and this is 15%. Now the comparison is easier. Okay. How does the cost of sales and expense of X compare to y, those to Y? Cost of sales of X compared to Y are higher, any of the two, but the expense portion is lower. So B is the relevant answer. Any questions? Okay. Why don't you try and attempt this question? Number 17. It says it has given you GP margin, sales, opening and closing inventory. Okay. Using this percentage, calculate. You can use this as like sales, cost of sales, and GP. Sales is 100% because it's a margin. GP is 20%. Cost of sales is 80%. The value of sales is 275325. By cross multiplying, you can get cost of sales. All right. And once you have cost of sales, the formula for the cost of sales would be opening inventory plus purchases minus closing inventory is equal to cost of sales. You'll have this value. You have opening and closing inventory. The purchase will be easily calculated. Okay, I want you to calculate this right now, please. In number 27, why does a business have a higher gross profit margin than its rivals? हायर ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट मार्जिन के दो रीजंस हो सकते हैं. या तो उसकी सेलिंग प्राइस ज्यादा होगी या तो कॉस्ट पर यूनिट कम हो गए. ठीक है.
Sir, is it A?
Business have a higher gross profit margin than its rival. Like that, this is us. This is our rival. हमारा GP मार्जिन ज्यादा है. वो क्यों है? या तो हमारी सेलिंग प्राइस ज्यादा है या तो हमारी कॉस्ट कम है, ठीक है। अच्छा, rivals pay less for goods. If rival would have paid less for goods, तो rival की कॉस्ट ज्यादा कम होती, तो ये तो हमारा ऑप्शन है ही नहीं ना। Its rival pays more for goods. Yes, इसका rival कॉस्ट ज्यादा पे करता है, तो इसकी वजह से हमारा मार्जिन ज्यादा है। यस। एडवर्टाइजिंग, और एडवर्टाइजिंग का जो बेसिकली इसका जीपी मार्जिन से कोई कंसर्न नहीं है, तो बी इज एन ऑप्शन बिकॉज द राइवल इज बाइंग एट अ हायर प्राइस, उसका जीपी मार्जिन कम होगा एज कंपेयर टू अस। ओके, हाउ इज मार्कअप कैलकुलेटेड? दिस वाज सिंपल, जस्ट अ फॉर्मूला वाज नीडेड व्हिच इज जीपी अपॉन cost of sales times 100, so that was the answer। तो बड़ा आसान था ये तो। ओके, can you do question number 30? Liquid ratio, current assets minus inventory upon current liability. And I also want you to calculate, this is for liquid ratio, and I want you to calculate current ratio as well for this question. Can you please calculate current ratio and liquid ratio? Okay. Please look at question number 31 now. You have a list of current assets and current liabilities given, but there's one item missing, which is inventory. Okay? And current ratio is 2:1. इसका मतलब होता है current assets to current liability is 2:1. That means the total of current liabilities, the total of current assets is twice the value of current liabilities. So if we're gonna put it like this, that inventory is unknown plus receivable आ गए तुम्हारे पास 6,000 के, plus cash is 50 against the current liabilities of bank overdraft, which is 1,500, plus trade payables, which are 5,050. So the total of current asset has to be twice the value of current liability because of the ratio mentioned. So can you calculate the value of inventory now? What you have to keep in mind is this thing. The total current asset should be twice the value of current liabilities.
Sir, done.
जैनब मुझे भी सुनाओ। अच्छा, तो कनेक्शन मिल गया मुझे।
सर क्या करना था?
हाँ, मैं कनेक्शन मिल गया ना मुझे। ये वायर कहाँ से मिला हुआ था? तो जैनब और तस्नीम लगे हुए थे आपस में, हैं?
क्या नहीं
हम्म।
सर, आप रिपीट करें क्या करना था?
current assets against current liabilities, the ratio is 2:1. That means the value of current assets should be twice the value of current liability. So what I did is I segregated current assets against current liabilities. So the current liabilities over here is 1500 as bank overdraft and trade payables of 5050. The total being 6550. That means the total of current asset has to be the twice of this amount, right? It should be the twice, the double of 6550 would be 13,100, right? ऐसा ही है क्योंकि यहाँ पे 2x supply होगा. So if these three total is 13,100, so what is the value of inventory?
That's 7,050.
Option D, 7050. Okay, it's the similar question over here. The one we just did, this question is very similar. Okay, can you calculate the value of inventory? Okay, trade
Sure.
payables is current liability, bank overdraft is current liability, this is current assets, this is current assets. Other payable is also current liability, and non-current liability तो हम इस question में लेंगे भी नहीं. So again, you're going to keep a distinction of current assets against current liability. It has to be 2.5 times the value of current liability. अब यहाँ पे आप list करके इसको inventory की value calculate कर लें please.